Welcome to Pipeline Health Paragon 23 Basic Nurse Education Series on Patient Profile. Patient Profile enables you to view and update specific patient detailed information, patient allergies, home medications, patient-reported problems and procedures, demographics, and other history that will follow a patient from one admission to the next. To launch Patient Profile, you will first select your patient's encounter, and then on your primary toolbar, click on the Patient Profile icon. Once you launch Patient Profile, if there is any missing data that is set as required, this is indicated in the header of the window. Click on the link to navigate to the location to enter the missing data. Enter the height and weight. Then click on your Save button. Then click on Close. You will see that the missing data is no longer in your window. You have an Expand All and a Collapse All button for your profile modules. The Index button allows you to customize your modules. Click on the Index icon. You will see the list of profile index. Click on the Customize button, and then you can drag and drop to change the order. Click, hold, drag, and drop. And then you can click Save. If you would like to reset to the default, there is a Reset to Default button. Now, to add allergies, going to see that all your modules do have a Unable to Assess and a None Reported option. Or if there's no allergies, you may select the No Known Allergy checkboxes or the No Known Drug Allergies and No Allergy information, and then you can verify. Now, to add an allergy, you would click the Add button, enter the first couple of characters, and click from the selected drop-down list. You would enter the type of allergy. You may enter notes if there are any notes needed to be entered for that allergy, and the severity. And then you will click Save and Verify. To edit or inactivate an allergy, you can click on Edit, click under the Status column, click on the drop-down and select Inactivate, and then click Save. And you will be clicking on the Save and Verify button. To enter home medications, you would click on the Add button. Go ahead and search for that medication. First couple of characters will populate a drop-down. You will then select the type of route. You have the option to select a dose and frequency from the drop-down boxes, or you can highlight the selected medication from the list. Once you highlight the medication, you will see the medication populate to the right of your screen. You will enter the last dose taken. If there's no date, you may add a U as an unknown. You may also add a note to the medication. And you may add and find another, or click Add. Once you return to the medication's home screen, you will then now save and verify. If you need to inactivate an medication, you will then click the edit button, select under status, click active, drop down and select inactivate, enter reason, click save, and then save and verify. If you would like to modify a medication, meaning changing the dose or frequency, you may also click edit. You will then click on the medication, and then you may change either the dose or frequency. And click the done button and save and verify. If you would like to view the patient's prescription history, you can click on the More Actions button and click the View Prescription History. Patient's preferred pharmacy is required. To enter the preferred pharmacy, you would click on More Actions, select Manage Preferred Pharmacy. You will see that this patient already has a preferred pharmacy. You may delete if it needs to be changed. And then we would be clicking on the Add Preferred Pharmacy and then start entering the pharmacy's information. And then you will be clicking on the search button. Once the list of pharmacy populates, you will then select the preferred pharmacy, click the OK button. You will see the selected pharmacy in the dialog box, and then you would click Close. And then here on your profile screen, you will see the patient's preferred pharmacy. Patient reported problems and procedures. You will also be clicking on the ad. Once you click on the ad, it will launch a search engine. The first tab that it opens to is problems by category that may be selected from this tab. If you would like to select from this tab, just highlight the selected problem or procedure. You will see the description added to the right of your screen. You will need to enter the type, the status, and the date. Or if nothing is listed here, you will go ahead and click on the search tab. You could either search for problems or procedures or both. Type the description of that problem or procedure. You will then select the description of that procedure, select the type, the status, and the date. And you may add and find another or add. Once you added that procedure or problem, you may now click Save and Verify. In the demographics area, it is important to make sure that the patient has a preferred language entered, as that impacts the patient's education that is given during their visit, and the birth sex, sexual orientation, and gender identity. To open the fields to edit, you will click the edit button to the left. It will open the fields, and then you will now then select the preferred language. You may enter the birth sex, sexual orientation, and gender identity. And clicking on Save and Verify.